Alright, I want to show you a quick way that you can go and set your FOV higher in Borderlands 1. Now, this won't include the Enhanced Edition, because I'm pretty sure you can just do that in the game normally, but Borderlands 1, the original version, does not have an option for it. The way that you need to do this is a little weird, but it's pretty simple if you just follow these simple steps. You want to go to your Steam library and right-click on the game, go to Manage, browse Local Files, and from here you'll have your engine and your Willow game options. And the reason these two are important, if you're going to use a mouse and keyboard, you want to go to Engine. If you want to use a controller, it'll be Willow game. Now, from here, you're going to go to, let's say you're going down the keyboard path. You'll go to Engine, Config, Base Input. And from here, you're going to go to General Bindings and hit Enter and type out one of the sources. Bindings name equals whatever, right? I'll have this in the description so you can just copy paste it from there into this for you. Now, here's two things to note about this. Name will be whatever button you want to use. I have it set to F1, F2, F3, and F4. This is just... These are probably the best options just for you, generally speaking. Something to note about this, if you have any buttons, let's say like the Q button, if that button you want to name this to is already in use by something else, it won't work. So make sure you set it to something that isn't already overlapping with something else. The same goes for the controller path, which I'll show you now. It is in Willow Game. You want to go to Willow Game, Config, Default Input, and from here you want to scroll down to where it says Xbox Type S, and you'll see right here where it says like 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be your way of knowing like where you need to edit. Right here it says D-pad up, D-pad up, D-pad down, left, and right, right? This is where you'll go in to basically do exactly what you just did for the keyboard, but instead for the controller. You're going to type in where it says command and these little quotation marks. You replace where it says, it'll say something along the lines of advanced button B, advanced button aux, whatever. You can replace that with FOV and then whatever FOV you want it set to. So in my case is 110 because it's what Borderlands 2's maxes out at. You can also put it as the up on the D-pad, but make sure it's not aux 2, make sure it's aux 9. It'll look like that. Now from there, that's all. Make sure you save. And one thing, this is a little side free piece of information. You can actually bind weapon throw to this, meaning you can drop on controller if you do the same thing here. Just make sure that, like it says weapon throw here, make sure it's capitalized and inside the quotation marks, and you're all set. And I'll show you how this works. Alright, now that we're here in game, I can show you what I was talking about. So you see I have those 4 buttons set to F1, F2, F3, and F4. When I press F1, it sets my FOV higher. This is what 110 looks like. This is what 90 looks like. This is 70, which is the default FOV, and this is what happens if you set your FOV too high. Realistically, you shouldn't be any higher than like 110 or 120 anyways, but just note that there is issues of going too high. And just to show you, this is how this works on controller. I obviously don't have the FOVs set on my controller differently, but I can also drop my weapon like I showed you before. Really simple, really easy. This takes a couple minutes if you just know what you're doing. Hopefully this tutorial isn't too rambly, and hopefully this helped, because it really helped me. I hated suffering through trying to play the game like this, because it's just, this is just gross. I was editing this and realized I forgot to mention something. If you get into a vehicle or if you die, it'll reset your FOV back to 70. Um, I think there might be a couple. I think like Lilith's ultimate can do it to you sometimes. All you gotta do is just hit your button again and it'll fix it. So it is kind of important that you keep whatever button you choose kind of near your fingers, like wherever you're typically playing.